I am live. Hello, hello. Welcome, beautiful people. Where are you chiming in from? Let me know. Today's the first day that I'm only using YouTube. I'm not using a streaming system. So, yeah, we shall see how it works. I'm trying to play my intro. I see we have one person already. Yes. Let's see here. Where are you chiming in from? Let me know, because we get international here. We really do. We get international, and I love it. Okay, so let me share this intro, and then we'll get straight into it. Now available, ebooks and e-workbooks to mentally and emotionally prepare you to visit, repatriate, or buy land in the motherland. And the authentic handmade kente cloth I got from Kumasi, Ghana is now a home decor line made by yours truly. Get a piece of the motherland until you can visit yourself. Click the link in the description box to visit my store. I just love my little intro. It's so cute. I don't care what anyone says. Okay, welcome. I am Leslie Jones. Can you guys see me? All is well. Where are you tuning in from? Today, we're going to talk about 5 tips to travel to Africa, because folks, we deserve, especially the diaspora that hasn't been to the motherland, we deserve to have an excellent experience, right? After we've been, sold or stolen, however you want to put it, right? We've been gone for a while. Okay. And so I truly believe that we deserve an excellent experience, especially if it's your first time going back to the motherland. It should be enjoyable. But from my experience, we must be mentally and emotionally prepared. And so that's why I'm going to share these 5 tips with you. Super excited about it. You don't really need pen and paper, but hey, it wouldn't be bad, because you never know. We be dropping jewels in here, especially in the comments. People, we have some really wise people in the Small But Mighty Crew. If you don't know, the Small Mighty Crew is our community, the community that we've developed and built over the last 3.5 years. From, oh my gosh, we've been going to war. Literally, principalities and powers in high places. We have really did a mighty work as a community, especially last year, from signing a petition, from sharing my videos, to getting attention from the government, to the government actually inviting me down to the Jubilee House several times, okay? And there's no way I could have done all that without you guys' support and without you guys being there with me. So thank you guys so much. So let me do my recognition, because I need to show some love to my people who contribute to my journey financially on a monthly basis. So let me share that screen, because that's importante. Share screen. Is it sharing? Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So I want to thank you to Team Heart, Angela Adams and Andrew Graham. It's $25 a month. Thank you. They've been hardcore. They've been supporting me for a year and a half. Yeah. Team Gold, Isle Daily Coker, $10 a month. BCB and Amazing Amari. Thank you guys for your monthly contributions. It goes farther than you know. Angela Adams, she does real estate. So if you're in California, Southern California, definitely reach out to her. Andrew Graham, I still don't know what you do. I've been trying to contact you, find out how to contact you, but I can't advertise you if I can't contact you. And I did Coker, she's a photographer. Folks, I've even done photo shoots with her. So if you're in the Southern California area, photography, she's your gal. BCB, you're in Chi-Town. His job is on the DL, so but he's transitioning out. So everyone, go ahead and send positive energy his way. He might be starting his own YouTube channel. Woo! I had to get that out, or was it a secret? Ooh, sorry, BCB. And Amazing Amari, honey, I don't know what you do. I think you're nursing. I think. But yeah, so thank you guys. Always so appreciative. Okay, let's get back to the live. Alrighty, folks. BCB, I see you. You are in the house. Thank you. Now I know that it is working because, folks, there's one time I did a live and I spoke for like 45 minutes, and I thought, no one wanted to listen, and I was a loser, and no one wanted to participate. But the truth was, the comment section just wasn't working. So if you can comment and let me know where you are watching from, that'll help. So BCB, Chi-Town in the house, welcome. Folks, today is going to be participatory. I want to know, those that have been to anywhere in the Motherland, share your stories. So I'll be sharing my story with you guys and some tips as well. So let's get into tip number 1. Okay. Tip number 1 is know your travel personality. What do I mean by that? If you know you are a bougie traveler, don't travel to the Motherland as a minimalist, right? If you know you like the finer things in life, you might want to look into which countries closely match the Western way. Henry, watching me from LA. Yes, LA in the house. Folks, find out what your travel personality is. Because I traveled I kind of do travel still as a minimalist. Because that's what it's easy for me to travel. I went to China as a minimalist. I went to, Switzerland, France, Italy as a minimalist, Mexico as a minimalist. And that's just how I got down. That's just how I traveled. Okay. But when I went to the Motherland, I brought that same minimalist mentality. Folks, you don't want to go to the Motherland as a minimalist because you will most likely get less than minimum. Okay. You'll get below minimum there. So you get what you paid for. So true. The finer things in life are going to cost far more on the continent than they would in the US. Yes, BCB. And BCB, he knows what we're talking about because what? He's been there several times and he just recently married his Ghanaian wife. Congrats. So, folks, people go and they find love. Now, that's not guaranteed, right? But he did, and we're happy for him because he's a part of the Small but Mighty crew. He's been supporting me for like over a year and a half. So, BCB, we appreciate you. Yes. And he's a Mr. Know-It-All. Technically, yes. He almost knows everything. So that's another good thing. So you can rely on what he says. But yeah, you don't want to go to the Motherland and visit, and you're not visiting according to your traveler personality, right? What do I mean by that? If I'm a minimalist, I can't go to, I can't expect the same treatment as a minimalist here in the States or in Europe, because you can be a minimalist and have a 5-star experience, folks, in other countries. But on the continent, no, sir, no, ma'am. Okay, no, sir, no, ma'am. So what is, BCB, what is your travel personality? Henry Ross, do you know your travel personality? But yes, the floor is also much lower there. So you can't really do minimalist unless you really about that life. For real. I'm glad you brought that up because there's certain things we're used to in the States or in the West, right? Stairs matching, okay? The same height between stairs. Every Airbnb I stayed at, none of the stairs matched. One time I was walking, folks, I almost fell down and lost my life because even the architecture is different. What we call OSHA here, when you build, you have to build according to certain laws and regulations. We have that here in the States. In Ghana, not so much. So stairs don't even match, folks. There's one time the difference between the first and second stair was this much. And then the difference was like this on to the next one. So I was like, dang. Like, I was like, what? I'm about to die, right? Minimalist, no question. Oh, that's your style. Got you. Now, Henry, have you been to the Motherland yet? Because I encourage you not to go to the Motherland as a minimalist. I'm definitely more towards the minimalist end, but yeah, some of the basics are really missing. And folks, I'm just talking about your first visit. I strongly encourage you to go to the Motherland for your first visit according to your curated. Okay, so point number 1, find out your travel personality. And I actually have a link, folks. I put a quiz together for you. It's a 10 question. It's very quick, right? Free of charge. I put a test together for you. So you can literally take the test and you will get your results as the second you are done. If you don't get them, email me. My email is also in the description box. Take that test. You will get your results emailed to you, and it will tell you what your travel personality is, so you can plan according to that. Hey, we got Pamela Jones, aka my mama. You can't get more minimalist than that coconut hut. Folks, so I live in a coconut hut on my beachfront land. And oh man, I don't have the picture with me right now. But folks, I did it. I did the minimalist life. I'm not going to do it again, ever. Unless I truly have to. Like, if America goes down and my beachfront land is not developed yet, I will be in another coconut hut, period, right? But if hell's not breaking loose, I will not be in a coconut hut ever again. Henry, 4 times to South Africa. Now, South Africa is, if you're on the bougie side of traveling, like you want to experience the continent of Africa, but then you still want that kind of Western feel, South Africa is the one for you. BCB, I love that coconut hut. BCB, I think I'm going to repurpose the coconut hut content because, folks, not a lot of people know that I did that. Unless you've been down for me for a very long time, you don't even know that I did the whole coconut hut life, right? So I want to show you. So point number 1, find out your traveler personality. Do it. Take the test that I created. Folks, it's based on my experience on the Motherland and, surprisingly, my experience as an investment advisor representative. How does that relate? When I was you guys don't even know this about me. When I was an investment advisor representative, I had my Series 6, 63, 64. Folks, I was helping people with their retirement and kids' college funds and all that stuff. So when I was doing that, part of the requirement, actually the law, was to find out their investor personality. And I said, wait, why don't I take that same concept and apply it to visiting or investing in the Motherland? Because, folks, it's an investment to visit the Motherland. Because guess what? You're going to pay probably, $300 to $500 more just because you want to go to the continent of Africa, maybe even $1,000. Because there's times where I can just go from LAX to Washington to Ghana, but you're talking about $2,000 to $3,000 a ticket. And I was like, sorry, not there. So I would have to fly past Africa to Europe to get to Africa. That don't make no sense. So basically, you're paying more just to go to Africa. Because the thing is, they don't want you to go there. They want you to go to Europe. They want you to go to Dubai. They want you to go to every other place but the continent. And you get charged more. Am I lying? I know. Confirm what I'm saying. Because you get charged more for just going to Africa. And so when I buy my tickets, I look at Ethiopian Airlines first because I always want to support Black business. So I look at Ethiopia Airlines, and if that's just through the roof, then I'll go. Usually, it's been Turkish Airlines I've been using because they've been cheap, not cheap, but more affordable, like $1,200 a ticket. $1,200 just to fly past Africa to get to Africa. I'm never going to get over that, folks. I'm like, they taxing us just to go to the Motherland. Okay. So yes, so true. Yes, Henry. If you've been to South Africa multiple times, you've been to Kenya, or Ghana multiple times, Nigeria, you're paying extra money just to go there, literally for no reason. You go to your ticket, break down the cost, and you'll see. It's offensive. It's so offensive. Okay. Point number 1, find out your traveler personality. Hey, BCB. I'm sorry, Brooklyn, you made it. All these B's, okay? Brooklyn OG, you made it. Now, okay, point number 1, find out your traveler personality. The link is in the description box. Point number 2, folks. No, do I want to get to point number 2 right now? No, I don't. I want to show you my first trip experience to Ghana. And there's some footage on here that I've never shared before. Unless you're like, you've been writing with me on Instagram for 4 years, you have never seen this footage. BCB, I don't think you've seen this footage, and you've been down since the beginning. Okay, let me share my screen. Give me a second. Here we go. Here we go. Nope, why is... Okay, here we go. What is this? Sorry, guys. I'm learning something new here. Okay. Can you see my pictures yet? No. Now you can see it. Can you see it now? So this is, folks, when I landed, the first thing I did, well, I went to the Diaspora African Forum. That was a joke. And so after that, I went to see my first property. So my first trip to Ghana was land/visit, because it was also my birthday. Because I told myself, if everything just goes bad, at least I'm there and I get to enjoy my birthday. Plus, folks, it was during COVID, so I missed my first flight because I didn't have my COVID results. So I lost like 3 days off my trip, but it's okay. It is okay. I broke down my ticket to Zanzibar versus Ghana. Ghana was charging some $300 in goofy surcharges, while TZ had $5 surcharges. Crazy! I'm telling you, you guys break down your ticket, you'll see some ridiculous costs, like literally for no reason. No reason. So yes, when I landed, the first thing I did was visit property. So here, this was in, I forgot what city this was, but this was the first land I ever visited going to Ghana. Okay, and if you guys see the short little dark skin guy, that's the tour guide that wasn't a guide. Okay, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about that a little bit too. Let's get to the next picture. Folks, have patience with me. Next. Okay, so after we visit the land, we came here, okay? So before I got to Ghana, I asked him, how are we going to get around transportation? He said, oh, we'll take the bus. I don't mind public transportation. I'm thinking a bus like we take in the States. We get there and I'm seeing minivans. I said, what is this? Chotros, folks. Their public transportation are minivans. And we got stuffed. We got pushed into this minivan like some sardines in a can, folks. So this was my first experience when it comes to transportation. Look at that minivan right there. We squeezed into that. Okay. And if you know Ghana, they're packing that thing until literally no one can sit anymore. Thank goodness we sat in the front because we went early. But folks, we were squeezed into one of those minivans, and I was like, this is not what I thought. I still have yet to do trotro. If you only do a trotro, if you have absolutely no choice, or you just want to experience, if you just want to experience, but I would not recommend the car next to it, which is a taxi. I'd rather do the taxi before the trotro. Okay. Ideally, if you're visiting, I like Uber. So Uber is there. They have Bolt. Bring cash, because if they see that you're using a card, they'll cancel on you, or they'll just sit there, or they'll drive the opposite way. So bring cash so they can pick you up. Okay. But folks, I was shocked. I said, what is this? But the number one thing I liked two things, but the number one thing was, look at the fruit, guys. You can go anywhere, mostly anywhere, and there's going to be fresh, non-GMO fruit wherever you go. I've taken Swift Van. What is that? But that, at least they limit ticket sales and they have full AC. Oh, yes. I've done that too. They have AC. They don't stuff us in the car, and it's very comfortable. So I do that when I go from Accra to my beachfront land in Salt Pond or Gomoa Feta. So yeah, that's another option. It's a step up from a minivan, okay? It's way better. But one of my favorite things about Ghana when I went for the first time, well, every time I go, is the fresh fruit and produce you can get just off the street. So I didn't have to worry about, especially the first 3 trips. I've been to Ghana 6 times. The first 3 trips, I was vegan. So I was loving it. Some of them will just never move if you have a card linked, because they've learned that they can force you to cancel and they can still get money from you. Yes. When I learned that, I was hot. That's why I just stick to Uber. So never ever have a card linked to your Uber. Yeah. If I have to take that route, I'll do Uber. Because if you're on Bolt, forget it. They're most likely not coming. Uber, I get less cancellations than Bolt. So if I have to do public transportation, I just stick to Uber because it's less chances of them canceling you. Bolt, forget it. They're not coming. They are not coming. But yes, BCB, it's even better. Just bring cash. Bring cash. You can avoid that completely, and then you can take whatever you want. And I've had my money taken like that too. Oh, Ghana. Oh, Ghana. Okay, next. Okay, guys. From that Trotro, we landed at the Taffy Atome Monkey Sanctuary and Cultural Village. Have you guys been? The people that have been to Ghana, have you guys been to the Monkey Sanctuary? Oh, let me calm down. The Monkey Sanctuary. Folks, this was pretty fun. The 2 things I loved most about Ghana was the fruit and the places where we visited, all the natural sites. Look at this, folks. I had a monkey on me. This is the first time I have ever let an animal touch me in such a way. But this was a great experience. I overcame fear because I never let anyone, not an animal, touch me. So I overcame that. So going to these natural sites, they are so pretty. I mean, these are places where men have touched it less. Less of humanity have touched these places. I still need to do the Monkey Sanctuary. This Monkey Sanctuary, folks, let me go back to the previous picture. If you haven't written it down or took a picture, take a picture of it now. This was epic. Okay, I love this. And what I didn't capture to share with you guys is two monkeys landed on me. And my tour guide, that wasn't a tour guide, said, 2 monkeys are on you. That means you're going to have twins. I guess that's like what's the word for that? Superstition? If 2 monkeys land on you, you're going to have twins, folks. How? How am I going to have twins? Huh? Don't answer that. But how am I going to have twins? How? There's a step that needs to be complete before I have twins. And mind you, twins do run in my family. My mom's a twin. So it is possible for me. But there has to be a step before I have twins. So superstition, I rebuke you. Okay. So after the Monkey Sanctuary, we went to Woolly Waterfall. Folks, when you go, wherever you go, if you go somewhere in the motherland and there's a waterfall, go there. Woolly Waterfall, WLI. This is what the tour guide told me, the tallest waterfall in West Africa. When I tell you, this was the highlight of my trip. It was completely tranquil. I almost felt like I was levitating. It was great. So when you go to Ghana, or when you go to all these countries, especially on the coast of the continent, find a waterfall. You want to go there. Have you been to Willie Waterfall, BCB? You want to go there. Like, hands down, go to Willie Waterfall. I mean, I don't even know what else to say. It's just, it was the highlight of my trip. It felt supernatural there. Even the water, it's just, I don't even know what else to say. Do it. This is the face, okay? So one day, first day, day one, I looked at land. Day two, I did some exploring. Day three, ooh, I'm yelling. I'm getting passionate. Day three, folks, this is the face of a person that's scheduled to see some land. Hey, Gobinia, this is a face of a person that's scheduled while she's in California to see property. And they stood me up. Like, how do you stand up someone that came across the other side of the world? Folks, I scheduled an appointment with this company within their computer system. It was done. I get there, they had no clue. And not only didn't they have a clue, they didn't even get someone to show me the properties. You guys probably heard of Rehoboth. I scheduled a time to see in their properties in Rehoboth. They didn't even they ended up emailing me like a week later saying, "Oh, we're sorry about it. We'll give you a stove and a discount." I don't want your stove and no discount. I wanted to see property when I was in Ghana. So yes, this is the face of someone that has been stood up. Okay, moving on. Now, this was the second land I saw. This was in Teshi. So my trip, my travel personality is curated and self-guided. So I had part of my trips curated, and the other part I self-guided it because I wanted to look at land while I was there. So like I said, it's important. Find out what your travel personality is so you can enjoy your time. Because it would have been great for me to go and see all the pretty sights, but I also wanted to look at land. So within my trip, I merged the two. So what is your travel personality, and plan your trip according to that? Excuse me. Got a little phlegm. But yeah, this land was in Teshi, folks. This was the first land I did a survey on. I got a lands commission search. Till this day, they still don't know the correct owner of the land. So they're trying to sell me this land, and they didn't even have authority to sell it. But it's about visiting Africa, so I'm not going to dwell on that. Now, who knows what this place is? Who knows? Tell me. This is another beautiful natural site to visit. Looking blackiful. Looking blackiful as always. Yes, I am black. Technically brown, but you know. You haven't visited yet? Take you next time, Cobinia. You're going to have to take me because I will not be spending my money to visit Ghana. Someone else is going to have to pay for it. So you have to take me, Cobinia, instead of me take you. Kakum National Park. Yes. So this was another site that we visited. Oh my gosh. This was fun. This location was fun. They have like a restaurant there, stores there. The entryway. ECOWAS. What does ECOWAS mean? Anybody? What does ECOWAS mean? So this is the Kakum National Park. For sure, you want to go here if you go to Ghana. For sure. Welcome. Yes. ECOWAS means welcome. So if you have not been to the Motherland, or you are looking to go to the Motherland and you want to visit Ghana, this is a place you definitely should visit. Well, yep, you guys are on it. So I was able to, as you can see, my tour guide that wasn't a tour guide took pictures with my camera that almost got stolen. We're going to keep it positive, though. We're going to keep it positive. But look at this, folks. You need to go. It's like a canopy walk throughout the canopy, throughout the trees. This is a must visit, right? Find out your travel personality and visit. And I end up meeting people from Senegal there, right? And you get to build relationships, meet new people at these sites. They wanted these pictures. They they WhatsApp me because you WhatsApp, you connect. They're like, oh, give us the pictures, give us the pictures. So that was that. Okay, folks. The same day we went to, who knows what the name of this place is? Ooh, we about to talk about this. Cocoon I've done twice. Very cool spot. You need a small bit of endurance to climb the hill. Well, you see how my neck is all sweaty and stuff. Or let me go back to that. Look how we look. This is at the end. This is our victory pose. Look at our necks. Look like we was just rubbing oily chicken on our neck. No, that's sweat, folks. That's sweat. And it was so funny. While we were on the canopy, yes, Elamina, correct. While we're on the canopy, there were some grown, when I say grown, fully grown men, they were scared. And we had to go around them. It was funny. Okay, this is the Elmina Castle, the slave dungeons. So this was that same day we went to the canopy. After we went to Elamina. Folks, when I tell you, I was a whole different person. This changed my life, even though of course I was mad, but it changed me for the better when I went. And this right here threw me over the top. The female slave dungeon threw me over the top. So this, folks, this is where most of us were shipped from Ghana to the States. And so you get to tour this place, right? Now, this right here, I was completely done. I said, they have the nerve to put scripture on top of on walls while they are killing, raping, and doing all this stuff to people. And that's what I asked myself, like, what's really going on here? What's the truth? Because obviously, the Bible does not support murder and rape. Okay, well, not murder. That's a whole different subject. Maybe I'll have to do a show on religion. But yeah, definitely not murder. So what's going on? I was shocked. And folks, they made a whole business out of that. You can go there, you get a tour, you get guided with a tour guide, you get the history, you get to buy things. So they've made this a very lucrative, money catcher for them. But this is part of my curated and self-guided tour. So tip number 1, find out your travel personality and plan your trip according to your personality. And there's a link in the description box to take the quiz if you do not know your personality yet. Okay, next picture. At the end of the tour, I had to do this pose because we were never meant to return. After leaving that castle, we weren't meant to return. So the fact that I returned, I was very happy about that. I said, you should have killed us, because now I got a vengeance, and my spirit is on a whole different level. Folks, let me just talk about, I can only talk about the African American. Let me make I can only talk about us. Palmdale, I can only talk about my experience as an African American going back to the motherland. If they knew who they were messing with, they would have never done it to us. Let me tell you, they would have never done it, right? And even if Ghana knew who they invited back, I don't even think they would have did it either. I'm going to leave it right. I'm going to leave it right there. I'm not going to say any more on that. But folks, at the end, I sat on these rocks and I literally just cried. Because at that very moment, I had cognitive dissonance. Okay. Because I went to Ghana, I went to the motherland for the first time, like so excited, ooh, Africa, we run things, we're on the money, we're on everything. But after taking that tour, and I was thinking, man, forget the white supremacy, the system, forget it. But then I get there, learn about how land was given to the oppressor, land was given to the Portuguese, land was given for them to build that. Someone on the continent had to give them this land, had to give them bodies to be sold, right? And this is argumentative, but I believe we were sold and stolen. So now I'm mad at everybody when I was sitting on these rocks. I said, oh, it's not just one group of people. This was a whole systematic plan. So I'm sitting on the rocks, cognitive dissonance. I'm just like, I am so torn and confused. Okay. So, but that is what it is. I mean, that was my experience. Right. And I ended my trip with going to the last commission before I got on my flight. Why? Because remember, guys, tip number 1, travel according to your travel personality. So I had a guide, I had a curated tour through my tour guide that wasn't a tour guide, and I added visiting property. Okay, because that's my travel personality. My travel personality is curated or self-guided experience. And that's what I did. Okay. Human capital, literally human capital. And from that moment on, I wasn't mad at a particular group. I was mad at everybody. Everyone that's involved, mad, period. That's all I got to say about that. Okay. So point number 1. So that was my first trip to Ghana, folks. It was the best part of it was the fruit. I love how you can just buy fruit, quality, non-GMO fruits with seeds, and just right there, mostly wherever you go. And number 2 were the sites, the Willie Waterfall, the Cocoon Canopy Walk. Highlight. How many times have you been to Ghana? I've been to Ghana 6 times, folks. 6. I would say the first 2 were wanted. No. I would say the first 3 were wanted. The last 3 were forced because I'm an extremist personality and you're not going to steal my money without me doing everything I can do in my power. Okay, tip number 2. I strongly suggest you go to the Motherland with a curated trip through a legitimate company. Folks, I don't know why my nose is running. Or when I do it live, I don't know. What does that mean? Okay. Your first time, don't be cheap. Don't be cheap, please. The Motherland is not a place where you should go as a minimalist, where you should go if you don't have money, okay, for your first time. Please. I beg of thee, right? I have a link to a company I recommend. Even my family, we went through this company. Hold on, I have a picture. Point number 1, travel according to your travel personality. Point number 2, let me share my screen. I would travel through a legitimate curated company. Link is in the description box. Go as a group. Go as a group. So point number 2, curated trip. Have someone plan it for you so you can just go and enjoy and suck in all and soak it all up, all the greatness of the Motherland. You don't want to have to worry about logistics, right? Because me and that tro for the first time, that's a logistic that I wish I never encountered, okay? Dealing with a tour guide that's not really a tour guide, that's logistics I wish I never encountered, okay? Curated trip. This is the trip. This trip was curated. This is Tanzania. Folks, next week I'll be sharing about Tanzania, the 7th time on me. Cominia, don't play with my emotions. Go ahead. Did you hear how much a ticket costs? $1,200. If both of us go, that's $2,400. If you're rolling like that and you can pay for my transportation and my food, we're good to go. And you don't expect anything. Okay. But company separately, we can go. Okay, so yes, point number 2, curated trip to avoid these little scams in these streets, these tour guides that are not tour guides, and logistics of stuff, cars and stuff breaking down. I mentioned last week I was in a taxi, my first trip, and I could look down and see the dividers on the street because there's a hole at the bottom of my taxi. You wanna avoid stuff like that, right? Get a company. Point 3, travel as a group. I strongly recommend travel as a group, especially if you a woman's group, because in the motherland we're viewed differently. Okay, we are viewed differently. So, point number 1, travel personality. Travel according to your personality. Point number 2, curated trip. Get someone else, especially for your first trip, get someone else to curate it for you so you don't have to worry about logistics and you can just enjoy. And tip number 3, travel in a group. Safety first, folks. You want safety and you want fun second. You will be taken care of. All right. So you say, we shall see. Okay. So this is me, my mom. Oh, for those, this is my mom is a twin. So that's her sister, Angela, and that's a family friend, Wesley. We went to Tanzania. We came back at the end of July. Folks, next week, I think BCB, you've been wanting me to share about Tanzania. Next week, I'll be sharing my trip on Tanzania. So get ready. I'm going to have pictures and videos and everything. You guys are going to be so impressed because this curated trip from Tanzania, the best trip I have ever been on. And I'm so glad that I created that trip because there's no way I would have been able to do that on my own, right? Because now we're dealing with professionals. We're dealing with people with experience, the correct licenses, so you don't have to worry about tour guides saying they're tour guides and they're not really tour guides. Okay. Yes. Next point. Now here's a big point. You might want to write this down. What's it called? ECOWAS. What does ECOWAS mean? ECOWAS. ECOWAS or ECOWAS? It's an acronym. Yeah, TZ is doing it much better than Ghana. Hands down. Hands down. Hands down. Oh my God. I mean, we'll talk about this next week, BCB. But Tanzania, Zanzibar, forget it. I've been to Ghana, Nigeria, Tanzania, Zanzibar. Tanzania is winning. Yes, Economic Community of West African Countries, right? Let me share this website with you. So this is tip number 4, folks. If you are really about traveling to the motherland, I strongly suggest taking your blood test through AfricanAncestry.com, AfricanAncestry.com, and find out where you descend from if you're an African descendant, right? Because depending on your results, you might be able to automatically qualify for citizenship. Why do I bring this up? Because the ECOWAS passport gets you into 14 West African countries, and you will not need a visa, and you'll be able to open up bank accounts in those 14 countries, right? So what is ECOWAS? Economic Community of West African States. These states have came together. Zanzibar reminded me of Jamaica, but a clearly African and Muslim environment. Oh yeah. Oh, BCB, bring all your next week. Bring it, because we're going to talk about Tanzania next week for sure. The whole show is going to be on Tanzania. But ECOWAS, go to the website. This is I just put in Google ECOWAS, and then this popped up. This, folks, look at this. Look at all these member countries: Benin, Burkina Faso, Cabo Verde, Cote d'Ivoire, the Gambia, Ghana, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, Mali, Niger, Nigeria, Senegal, Sierra Leone, and Togo. For example, Sierra Leone. I did my research recently. AfricanAncestry.com and Sierra Leone, the government of Sierra Leone made an agreement, okay? If you have your certificate from AfricanAncestry.com and it proves that you're a Sierra Leonean, you can get automatic citizenship, which I wanted to do because I thought I was going to do like for real business in Ghana. So I was like, well, if I'm not a Ghanaian citizen, I can at least get my ECOWAS passport and it'll be easier to do business, right? So folks, if you want to travel and eventually do business, you want to look into seeing where you descend from because you might qualify for automatic citizenship. And you'll never have to pay for a visa ever again regarding West Africa. Come on. Is that not a big deal? That is a huge deal. Some of you guys could be dual citizens right now. Right now. Well, Leslie, how come you didn't do it? Let me show you. After what I experienced in Ghana, I realized that it'll probably be like $6,000 to get my citizenship because you have to go through a trip. Because I get it. When you go to Sierra Leone to get your automatic citizenship, you got to go through a tour company because, they got to make money and make sure the people in the land are making money from us, going to their restaurants, going to them. Like, I get it. So you're dropping $6,000 or $7,000 easy. Okay. And so after I went through what I went through with Ghana, I was like, me getting my citizenship now would be an emotional buy. Because since I don't plan on doing business like I did, I don't see, it would be an emotional purchase. And I'm like, I don't have $6,000 to just be emotional, to just drop like that. A few of those may no longer count because Mali, Niger, and Burkina have technically formed their own system. Really? Well, they have not updated their website. Because I know Fassau, Burkini, I think. I know that a whole bunch of stuff is going on there. But BCB is still on the website. So folks, still look into stuff. Look into it. Even what I say, even though I just showed you the website and it's on the website, still research. When is the best time for you to fly out to Ghana? Are you really trying to get me to go to Ghana? Email me. Yeah. The best time to go to Ghana, if you're looking to turn up, of course, it'll be Deti December. So December going into the new year. I think that the most affordable time to fly is February, and the most expensive time to fly is July. Yeah. But then December is expensive too because a lot of people are trying to go. But those would be, yeah. That would be my recommendation just based on what I've learned over the time. Okay. All right. So hopefully you got that. Point number one. Tip number one, travel according to your personality. Don't be cheap, folks. Point number two, your first time to the Motherland, you want it to be a curated trip. So you don't have to worry about logistics and you can just enjoy the Motherland. Okay. Point number three, I strongly suggest travel in a group, right? Point number four, ECOWAS. Look into ECOWAS, look into getting your blood tested, right? And seeing where you descend from, because there's a chance you might qualify for automatic citizenship. And when you do that, you get a ECOWAS passport and you can fly within the stated 14 countries on their website without a visa. And folks, you end up becoming a dual citizen. What? Some of you guys might have land waiting for you, right? Automatically, just because of where you descend from. I was Uber driving and he was from Sierra Leone. And he told me, you need to get your citizenship because you might be a descendant of some royal tribe and you might have land already waiting for you. I was like, You don't say, right? Just saying. There's people doing it, right? Point number 5, last point. Oh, so part of your research before you go to the Motherland, you want to read blogs, learn testimonials, find out what other people are saying about their trip, right? One person I know that blogs about their trip, let me show you. I think you guys all know her. Yes. So folks, if you don't know, go to websites, find out, blog, type in traveling to Africa, traveling to Tanzania, traveling to Nigeria, traveling to Zanzibar, traveling to Ghana. Do all this stuff and your blogs will pop up. And you can start on my website, right? Free. Self-discovery through travel, culture, and land opportunities. Folks, I talk about land opportunities. I talk about culture, right? Preparing to visit the motherland, a guide to mental and emotional readiness. Okay. I talk about my own experience in Tanzania. I talk about my experience in Kumasi, Ghana. What's another one? I have a lot of them, folks. Look at 10 essential considerations for independent travelers touring Africa. Okay. Doomsore. Folks, what is doomsore? What is doomsore? Oh, you can't see me? Can you see me now? I must have went black. Can you see me now? Hopefully. Okay. So yes, doomsore. What is doomsore? Anybody know in the comment section? What is doomsore? Felicia, welcome, welcome. What is doomsore, folks? Does anyone know? I didn't find out what doomsore was until my second trip. Yep, Cobinia, blackout, second trip to Ghana. Oh, got you. Second trip to Ghana, I found out what doomsore was. And I was like, it would have been so much helpful if I already knew what doomsore was and I planned my trips according to that. Because now when I go to Ghana, I'm not staying anywhere. Hey, Leo, I'm not staying anywhere without a generator. Because folks, blackouts. Folks, the blackout lasted so long. I was like, how am I going to charge my phone? I had to sit in my Airbnb's owner's car and charge my phone. Literally means on, off. Look at you, BCB, y'all cultured. Now, did you know that before you married your Ghanaian wife or after? Okay. So what else do I have here for you guys? That's California stuff. Here, Ghanaians' perspectives on the returning of the diaspora. Folks, you got to know this stuff. How are you really seen by the locals? When you show up, what do they think about you? Just by looking at you. Okay? In their mind, you need to know what they're thinking about, because that's going to determine the quality of your trip. If you don't know little things like this, it can change your experience drastically on the motherland. So figure out, how do the local people see you? And then you can operate to not offend no one. Now, I'm not talking about going around being soft or whatever, but when there's different cultures, there's different ways of doing things. For example, let me make my face big. During COVID, we had to take a lot of COVID tests to get to and from Ghana. I went to get my result. I didn't know about the left hand thing. I went to grab the paper with my left hand, and the guy pulled back. Be prepared to be called a white person. Yeah, a bruni. Yeah, you're going to be called a bruni. I went to grab my results. He pulled my results away from me. And I was like, what? I went from him again. He pulled it away from me. I said, is he trying to play right now? I'm trying to get this test so I can get on my flight. But I didn't know about the left hand, right? In Ghana, the left hand, they use the left hand to wipe themselves, right hand to eat. So as I'm reaching for my paper with my left hand, it can be offensive to some, because I'm basically saying I'm going to do this transaction or do this business with my right hand, and this is the hand that I wipe myself with. Now, I wipe myself with my right? But two different cultures. Two different cultures, okay? So little things like that. Because I was getting mad. I'm like, if this Negro don't hand me my test results so I can get up out of here, right? He wouldn't do it until I think naturally. Oh no, he said right hand, right hand. So I had to use my right hand to grab the paper. So there's little things like that that will make your trip, a little different. Because I was getting mad. I'm like, this is stupid. Why is he playing with me right now? We're in the middle of a pandemic. Give him our results, But now I know. Okay. Let's see. Let me see what other. Duly noted. Yes. Duly note that, because I'm just like, I didn't know. What can I do? I did not know. Okay, what other blogs I have here for you guys? Oh, is that it? Oh, food blogs. Okay. Top 10 Ghanaian foods, a culinary adventure in Ghana. So if you're a foodie, here's a blog for you to read, right? And of course, there's so many other blogs, okay? So I talk about three things: travel, culture, and land opportunities on my site. But there's so many other people. There's other people that blog about their personal experience, so you can learn firsthand. Doomsor. There's Doomsor. There's the left hand. What would you call it? Superstition or theory or custom? Custom. There's a Doomsor, left hand custom. What else? There's a lot. I'm drawing blanks. But the perspective of how you actually are seen, you're literally seen as a white person, a foreigner, an abroni. That's what you'll be called. I've also been called Fulani. I didn't know what a Fulani was. I think my second trip to Ghana, my Airbnb host, she looked at me. She's like, your hair is soft, and your booty is flat. You're just like a Fulani. I said, what? They use you to sell things. I'm like, thank you. So, because I have soft hair and I have a flat butt, I'm called a Fulani, and they use me to sell things in the streets. So I could have got mad, like, who are you talking to? No, I said, oh, okay, well, that's nice to know. Because guess what? I walked into Accra Mall. This guy came into me, he's like, oh, Fulani, are you from Ethiopia? And I'm like, no. But thank you. He's like, oh, Liberia? I said, no, I'm from the States, born and raised, but I know I'm from Sierra Leone. Okay, that's probably why you look Liberian. Because, Sierra Leone and Liberia share borders. Yeah, folks. Your hair is soft. I'll never forget it. Well, her little accent. Now, she's half Ghanaian, half Nigerian. So her parents are Ghanaian and Nigerian. Your hair is soft and your booty is flat. You are Fulani. Okay, well, if I'm meant to sell things, give me a commercial. How about that? Let me sell some Jollof on TV. Okay, I'm just blabbing now. Okay, so all 5 points. Point number 1. What was point number 1? Anyone want to bless me with the answer? Point number 1. One of the tips, not the number 1 tip, but one tip in traveling into the motherland is know your travel personality. Right? And I created a quiz in the description box for you to find. If you don't know what it is, take the quiz. You will get an email with your results. It'll break down what your travel personality is and travel according to that, so you can enjoy your motherland experience, right? Number 2, who knows what number 2 is? Curated Trip. I strongly suggest if you're going to the motherland for the first time, go through a experienced, vetted company. And I also have that link. The company me and my family traveled through to go to Tanzania is in the description box. Point number 3, travel as a group. Especially if you're a woman, travel as a group, because customs, belief systems, core beliefs when it comes to women are different depending on what country you go to within the motherland, okay? Point number 4, ECOWAS. You might already be able to get automatic citizenship and be able to travel within the West African countries without getting a visa. That's a big one. And point number 5, blogs, research, go study what other people are saying so you can be more prepared. So now you guys know what Doomsor is, right? Now you know what the left-hand custom is. Now you know what an Obroni is. Now you know what a Fulani is. So when people come up to you and say certain things, don't get offended. They're looking at you, and based on how you look, it tells them, oh, she might be from East Africa. So I learned that Fulani is a person that looks like they're from any part of Africa, especially West, East, and South. So they're saying I look like I could be from different regions of Africa, right? Why would I get mad about that? Okay, that's not a cuss word. They didn't call me a B. They call me Fulani. Okay, any questions? Question and answer time. I'm here for you with your questions. Q and A. Fulani. Oh, what happened? What happened, guys? I hit something wrong. Oh, Fulani is a tribe. Well, I'm hearing a whole bunch of different stuff. Typically found in the Sahel or the northern parts of the West African countries. Got you. Maybe that's where the northern, did I say northern? What did I say? West, east, central, northern? Yeah, so that's what I got. Any questions? Q&A before we shut it all down. Thanks for hanging with me, folks. This was fun. Got to share my story. It was nice not to talk about, land the whole time. We had to talk about other things, okay? No questions. I'll give you like a minute or so, and then we can just shut it down. But yes, take your travel personality, look into the tour company that's recommended, go to my website, read my blogs, get prepared, right? Get mentally and emotionally prepared to visit the motherland. Research ECOWAS, research other people and their testimonies and their journeys. It's so easy to get other people's stories and what they've experienced visiting the motherland. Some are good, some are bad, some are neutral. Okay, most of you guys know my story. I find the silver lining. Like this episode, found the silver lining. I did. Because just because my experience was bad doesn't mean yours is going to be. Don't do what I did, right? I didn't go through a legitimate tour guide. He was illegitimate. Okay, even though all I did was went to his Instagram. I saw that he was doing tours, and I was like, oh, okay, he's a tour guide. No, and he wasn't. Okay, what else? Don't go as a minimalist. Don't do it. Don't do it, right? Don't be cheap. Go ahead and get the best of the best, because if you go as a minimalist, you'll get below minimum. The motherland is not a place you want to go cheaply. Okay. What else? That's it, guys. Thanks for hanging with me. What's going on? Next week, I'm going to talk about Tanzania. The whole show is going to be dedicated to Tanzania because it was such a great experience. And I want to hear your guys' experience as well, because I know other people have been to Tanzania and Zanzibar as well. What else can I say? Yesterday's video, awesome information. Watch that. Well, that's it, guys. No questions. It was fun. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and your experience. Live your best life. Okay, till next week. Bye-bye. Enjoy your day, Brooklyn OG. Thanks for hanging out. Bye, Cobinia. Bye, BCB. Bye, Pamela Jones, a.k.a. Mama. Who else dropped in? That was us. We held it down. Yep. Hopefully I didn't miss. Oh, Henry Ross. Thank you for hanging, Henry. And that's it. That's everyone. All right. Appreciate you guys. Till next time. Bye. Live your best life.